Welcome back to the 2025 What's Your Superpower Summit. We have reached part 2 of this dynamic occasion. Go ahead and pull your pens and pads back out and get ready to listen to the rest of our phenomenal speakers and to check out our author showcase.
Celeste Payne is a pastor, arts educator, and best-selling author. As a minister in the marketplace, she uses biblical principles, the arts, and self-care strategies to empower individuals to overcome success barriers through her life-changing books, talks, workshops, and her online and in-person classes and events. She is the founder of Arts Empowered, Inc. and hosts her educational programs and books at CelesteEmpowers.com.
Hi, my name is Pastor Celeste Payne, and many of you know me as in the art lady, right? Because I specialize in teaching art and technological art stuff like Canva, and I'm a graphic designer, but I'm also a leader in the faith community. And what I've found is that people, no matter whether they're in business, whether they're a mom, whether they're employees of company across the board, people are looking for a way to find their purpose, to have something to live for, and express their faith. And so over this past year or so, I've been developing some products that would help people merge their faith and their other ventures in a way that does not seem like it's wrong or illegal or irreverent, but that they're created to help them realize that God wants to be involved in everything that you do. He wants to be involved with your business. He wants to be involved with you as a mom or a family person. He wants to be involved with every area of your life. So today, I want to talk to you about 10 ways that God responds to prayer. And I'm hoping that you would grab onto the fact that God is always speaking, and he's always trying to get a message to you to give you guidance on how you should operate and how you should move forward. And so in these 10 things, I want you to be open to hearing how God has, in his Bible, really responded to people as a response to their prayers. And so my main scripture says this: but when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. And that's Matthew 6:6. But when you go deeper into that, instance that when you pray in secret, that God that meets you in secret, that he will reward you openly, meaning that he will openly give you the answer. And whenever you pray, you just have to be sensitive and know how God responds in order to be able to receive an answer. So number one, we know that God responds to our prayers by listening to our prayer. You might say, how is that an answer? If you go to the right person for the right answer and they listen to you, then there's a high likelihood that they're going to answer you. Psalms 145:18 says this, that the Lord is near to all who call him, to all who call on him in truth. So when you begin to call on God, this scripture says that he is near you, meaning if he's in close proximity to you when you call, that means that he hears what you're saying. And if he's that close, he's going to release an answer to you. So number one, the way that God responds to your prayer is to listen to your prayer, and knowing what you're asking for, the same God will give you what you need. Number two, which is one that I think sometimes we overlook, is that God grants wisdom. In the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 5, it says this: if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally without reproach, and it will be given to him. What does that mean? That means if you lack wisdom about a situation and you're praying for wisdom, God will give you wisdom about that situation. It says he gives to all men liberally, meaning that he's not discriminating against you. What it is that you have to be able to recognize the wisdom of God when it comes. Sometimes it will come through something you might see on television. You might read something. It might come across your phone. It might come through someone that you expected to come through, but it also might come through someone you don't expect. But you've got to be in tune to receive the wisdom of God, even if it doesn't look like it is delivered to you in a God package. So the second thing is that God grants wisdom. I was thinking about the movie Forrest Gump, and his friend told him about Apple and gave him wisdom about Apple. He had no idea what it was, but that wisdom allowed him to amass so much wealth, but the wisdom didn't look like the package that it should have come in, right? But what I'm telling you is that God will wrap up wisdom in things that don't even look like it should be wrapped up in. And I want you to pay attention to that, because even in this next year and as you move forward throughout the year, you want to be aware of wisdom that might come in a different way or from a different industry or leader than you would expect or that you even think would come and talk to you. So 2, God grants wisdom. Number 3 is that God provides peace. Philippians 4:7 says this, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. What does that mean? Have you ever been in a situation when it seemed like hell was happening all around you and you're praying, asking God to solve the situation, but even in the midst of the situation, that God provides peace to help you make it through the situation until it's resolved? His peace, it passes all understanding. Why should you be peaceful in the middle of chaos? I remember in the Bible where the disciples and Jesus were on a boat. And in the boat, Jesus was resting at the bottom of the boat. But at the top of the boat and outside of the boat, there was this great and tumultuous storm. And the disciples were worried about why Jesus was resting, why Jesus didn't get up and do something. Why didn't he feel the anxiety and the pressure that they felt? I'm telling you, it's because the peace of God, which surpassed all understanding, was keeping his heart and his mind. And look, I'm telling you, the response that Jesus made to that situation was he got up, he rebuked the storm, he rebuked the wind, and he said this, peace be still. So God will provide peace, and then not only will he provide peace, he'll give you the power to speak peace into your situation. So number 3, God provides peace. Number 4, God gives strength. God gives strength. Sometimes when you pray and you're asking God to get you out of a situation, he's going to give you the strength to endure the situation, because some things that you go through are not meant for you to be pulled out of and get you in a comfortable place, but they're there to build your strength and to build your endurance and to build your ability to handle tough situations. If God can trust you with a tough situation, then he'll be able to use you in a greater way. So he gives strength. Isaiah 40:29 says this, that he gives power to the weak, and to those who have no might, he increases strength. So when you feel like you're weak, that's when God is infusing strength into you. And when you're praying for God to get you out, he said, you know what? The better thing for you is to give you strength, because I want to let you know that you can do all things through me, because I'm strengthening you. I'm giving you the power to handle more, and to whom much is given, much is required. Number 4, the way God answers and responds to prayer is he will give you strength. Number 5, I love this one, is that God heals. You know, there are some people who call upon the Lord because they need healing. And that healing might be a physical healing. It might be emotional healing. It might be a financial healing. It might be a spiritual healing. No matter what kind of healing you need, God responds to prayer by healing you. Sometimes we go through trauma. We go through situations and we want justice. But God says, I want to give you healing. And not saying that God won't give you justice, but sometimes even in the instance of wanting an apology from someone that you may not ever get, God will bring healing to you so that you can forgive and you can move on, whether you get that apology or not. The scripture we're going to read is Psalms 30:2, which it says, O Lord, my God, I cried to you for help, and you healed me. And just like I said, sometimes we want help. And God says, the help I'm going to give you is to heal you. I may not change the situation the way you want me to, but if I heal you, you'll have a different perspective on that situation and you'll be able to move forward in a different way. So number 5 of the 10 ways that God responds to prayer is that he heals you. Let's go to number 6. And I am reading from my book, Faith Bride, Deepening Your Prayer Life. Number 6, God offers guidance. Do you know that God will give you guidance in situations? He will give you hints. He will give you notes. He will drop little things in your spirit to help guide you in the right direction. But you know what? God is not a bully, and he's not going to force you to do what he wants you to do. He's going to give you guidance, and then just like with anyone else that gives you guidance, he gives you the freedom to take his guidance or not. Number 6, the scripture is Psalms 32:8, which says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way that you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. So God will give you instruction. He will give you counsel, but it is up to you to make sure that you follow through on what God has said. Number 7, he brings comfort. We all know that God will comfort us in the midst of our situation. And Matthew 5:4 says this, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Allow God to comfort you in all of your situations. Number 8, God delivers from trouble. Call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver you, and you shall glorify me, which is Psalms 50:15. Don't ever be afraid, no matter what situation you get yourself into, no matter how much trouble it is. Ask God to deliver you from trouble. And if you call upon him in trouble, he's going to deliver you. Number 9, God forgives sin. If we confess our sin, he's faithful and just to forgive our sin and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. That's 1 John 1:9. I want you to know that no matter what situation you get yourself into, if you confess, God is faithful and just to forgive you, and not only forgive you, but cleanse you from the consequences of that wrong. Does that mean in the natural you might not have to suffer some consequences? You might. But what I want you to know is that God puts you back in right standing with him when you confess your sins unto him. And number 10, God opens door. Matthew 7:7 says this, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you will find, knock and it will be opened unto you. I want to encourage you to keep asking, right? So sometimes when you pray, you feel like God is not responding. Keep asking, keep knocking, keep seeking, and God will answer you in one of these 10 ways or other ways. So I'm Celeste Payne, and those were 10 ways that God responds to prayer. Join me in this upcoming challenge.
Imagine starting each day with just 10 minutes dedicated to deepening your prayer life. I would like to invite you to join us starting January 10 for the Take 10 Faith Vibes Prayer Challenge. During the challenge, you'll receive daily reflections, scriptures, and journaling prompts that guide you through a meaningful 21-day journey right on your smartphone or digital device. This simple practice can deepen your relationship with God and set a positive tone for your entire day. Led by Pastor Celeste Payne, the challenge is designed to help you explore the profound impact of prayer and experience God's presence in every area of your life. Whether you're seeking peace, strength, or healing, dedicating just 10 minutes a day can lead to a more meaningful and prayerful life. A new year can be a time of great hope and yet a time of great uncertainty. In times like these, prayer can serve as an anchor, grounding us in faith and providing stability. So, why not start the new year by prioritizing a deeper spiritual relationship? It's totally free. Just click the link below to join us.
Devenu LaShawn is a two-time children's book author, known for her engaging ABC-themed storybook and activity book. Embracing change and purpose, she left an unfulfilling factory job to reignite her passion for education. Returning to teaching an early head start, Devnus is dedicated to being a positive influence in children's lives, fostering growth during their critical early years.
Hello everyone, my name is Devnus LaShawn and I'm a children's book author, educator, and an advocate for embracing change. I'm excited to be one of the speakers here at the What's Your Superpower Weekend Summit. And today I'd like to share a little bit of my journey. It's one that started with unfulfilled potential and transformed into purpose and meaningful impact. Start off by saying in 2017 I moved to Georgia, and that's when I began writing my first children's book. By the early part of 2018 I was able to publish my book, which was called ABCs Around the House, The Adventures of Lexi. This was an accomplishment that I was really proud of. It was about a little girl going around her house finding all the letters of the alphabet. I had a few book signings and I attended several readings. And these readings were really special because I was able to interact with the children and just see the excitement and its anticipation on their faces as I turned the pages and read. And it was really a good time. But because of the job that I had, it didn't allow me enough flexibility that I needed to fully pursue going to different events and different opportunities. So that demand of my job was keeping me from, my newly found purpose, in a sense, to give it the time that it deserved so I could develop it. And at that point, I just started, kind of feeling stuck. And then in about April of 2024, my job underwent a lot of changes. And due to the low demand of products, my department was severely downsized. And I just started feeling like the job was no longer fulfilling. And I wanted to be the type of person that was able to make more of a meaningful impact. So at that point is when I realized that it was time for me to make a change. So in making that change, I started applying for other job opportunities, going on interviews, just keep filling out applications. And also at that time, I started writing the activity book for my ABC book. And I was done with that activity book. It only took me maybe about 2 weeks to get everything put in order. I had called my publisher. I'm like, hey, I got this new idea, this activity book. I sent it over to them, and in no time they had it ready and we had it published. And just seeing that activity book just come to life that quick is like, man, this is something that I really want to pursue. And at that time I was still looking for other jobs, and I had got a call for an interview at this Head Start program to be a lead teacher. And that interview, it went well, and within a month I was hired. And since I started working at that school, I just been really privileged to see how meaningful the guidance that I've been able to give the children in the small moments of learning, how they can make a really big difference in the lives of those children. And also accepting that job has given me the opportunity and flexibility to be able to work on other projects that I have, other volunteer opportunities that I want to pursue that I'm able to do that now. And I hadn't been able to do that in the past. And it just like, this job has given me so much insight on what I need to be focused on in my future writings to be able to better help the children that I serve now. And this transformation to me was like, it was big. And it wasn't only about just changing careers. It was just about me being able to listen to the call that was on my heart already and being able to step into that purpose. And I would just like to tell other people out there that change can be intimidating. But when you take that chance to be able to embrace it, not only are you birthing your purpose and transforming your life, but you're also helping to transform the lives of the people around you. And when you step into your true purpose, not only you will experience that personal growth and joy, but you also, creating that ripple effect. And just embracing change, it opens up doors, new opportunities, and meaningful connections. I've been able to make connections that I wouldn't have if I would have stayed in that, previous jobs, just meeting people and just being able to do other things. And I just feel like that it can help somebody else for them to be able to do the same things as well. And it'll transform those challenges into stepping stones and allow you to live a life that feels authentic and impactful. And I just want to thank this summit for letting me be able to get my story out there to be able to share with other people. So hopefully that'll help somebody else to be able to take the steps that they need to have a more fulfilling career and just being able to embrace change. Because I just want to inspire people just to follow their heart and just to pursue the work that they're truly meant to do. Yeah. And just follow your heart. But thank you for listening, and I hope someone is able to listen to my story and make an impactful print in their life. Thank you.
Shauna Gourdin's remarkable journey from adversity to empowerment is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Confronting the harsh realities of domestic violence and grappling with multiple health conditions, she refused to be defined by her challenges. Instead, Shauna embarked on a transformative path of self-discovery, inspiring others along the way. In her multifaceted role, Shauna wears many hats, from poet to motivational speaker, podcast host, self-love and empowerment life coaching, facilitator of workshops for kids and adults of self-awareness.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? And today my topic is about smiling through it all. Even though when time there are parts of your life we go through many different situations. Sometimes it feels like it shakes you or shifts you. And they tend to shift our lives, but sometimes we have to remember that you have to just keep smiling through it. You know, when my situation of being diagnosed with several different health conditions, it shake my world, but I didn't let it rock my world. It didn't completely destroy me. I decided not to let it beat me. I decided to work through all the things. For like the last 10 years, the first year when I was diagnosed for 3 years, they kept telling me that, it was all in my head. And to know that you're in pain and to know that you're dealing with these things and people trying to tell you that they don't see it, it can sometimes make you want to just scream at everybody. But, I didn't let it rock my world. I decided to make it my mission and become my own advocate through it all. The first few years, I was diagnosed every year about something. I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, polycystic kidney disease, DMT. But the thing about it is, I didn't let it stop my mission of being able to keep going through it all, remembering that I had to keep pedaling through it. I had to keep fighting through everything that I was diagnosed with, fighting through everything that I was dealing with on a day-to-day basis, fighting through everything that could have made me just decide to sit in the house and decide not to do it anymore. I decided to turn it into a purpose. A lot of times we have to remember the battle is bigger than us. The vision is not for us. Like, me being diagnosed with these things doesn't mean that I had to stop my life because these are the cards I was dealt with. It doesn't mean that my life had to stop because these are the situations I was handed. I became to make it more of my purpose in helping people through the missions of what they have had to go through. I teach people how to become the better version of themselves, working and walking through their full potential and walking through their purpose, being able to show them that regardless of what you may go through, regardless of what you may have to deal with, regardless of what the cards that might have been dealt for you, it doesn't mean that that will be the end of your situation. One situation I can definitely say, I went through domestic violence. I didn't allow it to stop my journey. I actually took that trauma and made it into a purpose. I literally kept pedaling through the mission. I learned how to use my faith, my strength, and turn my pain into a purpose. I learned the ability to rise above the hardship. I learned the ability to rise above the things that could have been my worst storm. But I didn't allow it to defeat me. I didn't allow it to make me crumble. I didn't allow it to make me stop doing the things I needed to do as far as my mission. I turned to my situation and decided to become an author. From being an author, I decided to then make it my mission to then help others walk through their trauma, showing them that is a light on the other side of the tunnel, showing them that they can be a better version of them. They can live again, they can love again, and they can go through the mission of keep pedaling through the mission. Being able to see the brighter side of everything, it's sometimes hard because when you're in the midst of the storm, it seems it can be the toughest spot and you don't know how to get out of it. With my situation, my first step was to forgive myself for the things that I've been through. As you go through this journey, you have to be vulnerable and understand the part you played in situations that I had to deal with, like domestic violence. I played a part in it, and I allowed my situations to happen and didn't set boundaries. And, now I went to therapy and learned why I was settling for the situations I settled for. And with one of my songs that I created, it's not anymore. I don't allow any of those things to happen anymore. I have boundaries and I have situations that I don't allow. As soon as I see the red flags, it's not happening. I learned how to be strong through all my situations. And I'm here to tell you that you can be strong through yours. You can be powerful through yours. And you can impact the world with your story, your testimony, your version of who you are. You have the ability to help someone else. Your mission, your testimony, your story is attached to other people. And you have to remember that you have the victory. And you have to just walk through that victory and keep being strong. Keep pedaling through it. Keep thriving through it. Keep being resilient through it. And just continue to be the best version of you. Sometimes the situation when you may have a bad day, or you may not see the light of what and why the rain is pouring. Know that there's a reason why the situation is happening. Know that there's a reason that you're going through this, because I had to realize through my situation, there's a bigger thing going on with this. It wasn't for me. It was for someone else. The situation of my story is that I was here to impact myself, to help other people walk through their trauma. I'm here to help them elevate themselves to be a better version of themselves. I'm here to help them, to show them that they have power and they have a voice, and that the message is within them, and they have to continue to thrive, continue to be powerful, and continue to use their voice, and know that they are enough, know that they matter, and know that, hey, you can only be your full potential if you work through everything that you've been through. So as always, I'm here. And if you want to contact with me, know that, hey, she did it and I can do it. As always, thank you for tuning in and have a great day.
Monique S. Robinson, a proud graduate of Wilberforce University, has over 20 years of experience in education, including teaching, administration, counseling, and program development. With advanced degrees such as an Ed.D. in education and an education specialist in educational leadership, Dr. Robinson is renowned for her innovative teaching methods, including integrating performing arts into instruction.
Greetings. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Monique Robinson, and I will be presenting to you information that is definitely necessary for you to grow as a womanpreneur, a fempreneur, even if we have a couple of males watching today, as an entrepreneur as a whole. I will be upfront with you. I will be in and out of the camera today because I want you to take the words that are coming to you and concentrate and focus while we do this lesson today. Now, I must say, before we get started, please grab yourself a tool that you can take notes, be engaged, listen, and also enjoy. My name is Dr. Monique Robinson. I will be presenting some very necessary information. So, today's topic is embracing change and understanding purpose, a journey of empowerment and purpose as Black women entrepreneurs and educators. As mentioned, I am Dr. Monique Robinson. I will be coming in and out of the screen as we go over this powerful lesson today to empower you as you go out to be successful women business owners. That's me. Those who didn't get here early enough to see my face, that is myself, Dr. Monique Robinson. I am the founder and CEO of A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated, where we help young people get to college prayerfully debt-free, but we do the best that we can. We have served scholars literally from Buffalo to Seattle. So we will get more details to you about that as we go on with today's lesson. Welcome and affirmation. Today is all about embracing our power, our purpose, and our potential. I want to remind each and every one of you that is listening today that you are capable of achieving extraordinary things no matter what obstacles that you have to face. Today's affirmation as a group, and I want you to repeat after me. I am worthy. I am capable. I embrace change with courage and move forward with purpose. Now, I hope that you are taking notes because this is some really important information that we will go over today. Embracing transformation, change is a blessing. Change can be uncomfortable, of course, we all know that, but it is fertile ground where growth happens. Through change, we find new strengths, new wisdom, and new opportunities. Let that just resonate for a minute. And as we think about that, I am going to tell you about my journey. Change is necessary for growth, of course, but sometimes those changes are really uncomfortable. And it puts you in a situation where you're vulnerable and you also have to re examine and reflect on yourself. Now, often when we get things that we don't want, or we get news that is really sad for us to face, whether it's that job that we have and our services are no longer needed, that's a change. And sometimes that change is definitely a blessing. We don't see it at first, of course not. I mean, nobody wants to see a blessing in losing a job. But sometimes that door closed. I won't say sometimes, about 98% of the time. When that door closes, better opportunities come. So, personal growth through change is definitely necessary, and it is something that actually happens. Now, I gave you my personal story. I want you to share yours. In your head, of course, because we can't really have a physical dialogue. But since we're teaching a lesson, I want you to take that note and write down a personal story where it was an uncomfortable change, but it was a blessing at the end of it. Now, thinking back on that, did that change lead to something beautiful? Of course it did. I can just give you a brief summary of my change that developed into a blessing. In the middle of COVID, yes, in the middle of COVID, I know, in the middle of a change that impacted the whole wide world, I birthed a nonprofit, a television show. I didn't understand it first, and I even wrote a couple of books too. So change is necessary for greater things to happen. Why purpose is your superpower. Purpose is the guiding light. Your purpose is not just a career goal. It is the heartbeat of your life's mission. Purpose is what fuels resilience and keeps us going even in the toughest days. Now, let's think about that. Even in the toughest days, we still have to keep going and keep that fight. Now, my purpose, if you haven't found out, my purpose is definitely education. I have a strong passion to help minority scholars get to our nation's historically Black colleges and universities debt-free, as close as we can. But we also like to educate because we want it to be a fair playing field when people are deciding to go to school to seek higher education. Now, my purpose, I get so excited. I mean, I've even had some of my dear friends tell me, you get so excited when you talk about the schools. If your purpose does not fuel you as making you passionate about it, then that might not be your will. Like my purpose, I get excited when my scholars write to me, hey, Dr. Mo, I'm graduating. Hey, Dr. Mo, I got an acceptance letter. Hey, Dr. Mo, what do you think about this internship? Or even the best ones lately, I've had scholars reach out to me saying they want to pair with alum so that they can have a network to grow from for the rest of their life. So let's get back to it. The unique power of being a Black woman entrepreneur. I know I keep saying women, probably because I'm, a Black woman, but this message can go to both men, women. So now, first, you must embrace the power of your identity. Your strength, your creativity, your resilience are not just survival tools. They are your superpowers. They go into what makes you who you are. Acknowledge the challenges, but focus on how those challenges have shaped you into powerful leaders. How your identity as a Black woman entrepreneur shape your mission, your voice, and your vision. Education as a tool for empowerment. Education as liberation as an entrepreneur. You have the opportunity to create lasting change, not only in your own life, but in the lives of others. Education is not just about books. It's about instilling confidence, expanding horizons, and empowering people to create their own future. Now, we have to reflect on this a moment. I want you to think of how you can impact the lives of anybody, not just young people. Now, when we think of impacting lives, several people would assume that it always have to be book by book learning. What new skill can you teach a young person? Because they're going to be who's left when we're gone. Overcoming adversity together, the power of a community. Now, together we rise, building each other up. Women, this is a challenge to you. Now, see, I have to come back to where you all can see me here. Women, we must learn to work together. I'm going to say that again. We must learn to work together with one another, support one another. It doesn't cost anything to share information, because when you share information, that's also free advertisement. I know I probably shouldn't say it like that, but it's also letting someone know that, hey, I support you. Usually, social media, people share things and they share events. That is the easiest way that we can show that we are supporting one another. Another way is, if we can't make it to an event, show your support in some way, shape, or fashion. So I am challenging everyone. Let's change the narrative today. We will create a network of women who lift each other up and support one another. Building a strong future. As I mentioned in the previous slide or the previous part of the presentation, however you want to review that. When we empower our youth, we give them the tools to build a better future for themselves and their communities. Now, how one small act of mentorship or guidance makes a difference in someone's life? Let me answer that for you. Now, I have several scholars that I have sent to various institutions of higher learning. I have one particular scholar that will write me and tell me thank you. And she will also let me know what tasks she has accomplished. She also keep me abreast to her internships. And that's just simply because I always tell her thank you. I always, when she shows up to the meetings that we had when she was in the program, I always encouraged her. It's important to connect and always stay connected to those who have helped you, because you don't know how much they can help you in the future. Embracing your legacy. Everyone in this room has the power to create a lasting legacy, not just in business, but how we inspire and uplift others. Think about what legacy you want to leave behind. What will they be remembered for? Or how we can change that is, what will you be remembered for in your impact in the businesses and various things that you plan to do? Now, I know that I gave you a whole lot of nuggets in a short period of time. However, Thanks for your time and your insights. Please remember that we are powerful, we are purpose-driven, and we will continue to rise together. Continue this conversation, perhaps with loved ones or business partners. Connect with one another and share resources and opportunities, because you promise that as women, we are going to change the narrative. That's what we promised a couple slides back. Okay. So we have some important information coming up. We do have a new book. Actually, we have two new books. We have one children's book that will be coming out shortly. It's called Shine Bright, Little Star. It is a youth affirmation book. This book is actually to empower our young people, because they face things that, sometimes as adults, we don't always understand what they face. And this lets them know that they are powerful. So this book will be available probably in about a week or so. But keep watching and you will see several things from that. Also, we have a Voices of Education, Volume 1, where we have several different educators in various aspects of the field of education who are coming together to share their part in their versions and their experiences as educators. We have several upcoming events. As you look, we do have our African American History Fair. If you are in the San Antonio area, this is not your traditional speech contest. The scholars will become the characters, almost like a living wax museum. We have a health fair in April, and we are actually looking for some community volunteers that may be health related, that want to come out and give some in-kind services. They may want to check blood pressures, A1Cs, etc. Now, we have our Tux and Tool, which is our annual gala and ball, where this is kind of like a party with a purpose. If you're interested in attending, we do have a room block here in San Antonio, and we would love for you to participate. And then we also have our weekly show that is on the Daily Gospel Network. And what we do there is we highlight several young people across the nation in their wonderful success stories and things that they have going on as they are in their journey to change the world. Now, this is a program that we offer at A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. We allow from September to July, we mentor and we discuss with scholars college opportunities. We also provide them with services, classes, financial literacy, anything that is school related. And guess what? The parents can attend to. Now, discover your future. You know I was going to put this in here. Of course, at a HBCU. Now, how do you go about that? You ask, I give you the answer. Apply to an HBCU using Get Educated, the Common Black College app. You will use one application, $20, and it will get you about 68, 69 applications pushed through the system. Again, I am Dr. Monique Robinson from A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. If you scan that QR code that is up there, you scan that QR code, let me make it bigger. There you go. You scan the QR code, then you will have all the information in all the ways of contacting me. If you wish to donate to our mission, we have several opportunities and ways that you can do that. We have Varo, Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal, or Givelify also, if that is your option. Again, my name is Dr. Monique Robinson from A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. Thank you, and we appreciate you. And I hope our nuggets to success help you in some way. And have a wonderful day.
Allison G. Daniels is an international speaker, award-winning multi-best-selling author, book writing coach, and international publisher. Passionate about turning writers into successful published authors, she created the 30-day Write to Finish book writing program and Empowerment Academy for Writer, a mastermind group focused on teaching the strategies of leveraging books to build a business with multiple income streams. Allison has helped hundreds of authors achieve the best-selling status.
Hello, and welcome to What's Your Superpower Weekend. My name is Allison G. Daniels. I am a coach, publisher, and pastor, as well as a wife, mother, and grandma. I am a 27-time best-selling author who has written over 47 books, co-author of 27 books, visionary author of the Empowered to Win book series, and so much more. Today, I will be sharing with you 3 powerful tips, tools, and techniques on my expert subject title, Renewed Purpose, Unveiling the Beauty of Change. As I reflect on my own life, I realize that change has been a constant theme. From moving to new cities, to switching careers, to experiencing the ups and downs of relationships, change has been a consistent companion on my journey. But it wasn't until I learned to embrace change rather than resist it that I began to experience the beauty of transformation. I learned that change is not something to be feared, but something to be celebrated. When we resist change, we can become stuck in a rut, unable to move forward or grow. But when we embrace change, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new opportunities, and new growth. One of the most significant changes I've experienced in my life was a career transition. After working in a corporate job for 38 years, I knew that I needed to make a change. So as I prayed and sought guidance, I realized that I had a choice to make. I could continue to live a life that wasn't truly mine, or I could take a leap of faith and pursue my passion. I chose the latter. I stepped out on faith, I retired, and I started my publishing company full-time called AGD Publishing and Coaching Services. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It wasn't easy, of course. There were many late nights, early mornings, and moments of uncertainty. But as I look back on my journey, I realized that the change had been worth it. I've grown, I had learned, and I had discovered a sense of purpose and fulfillment that I never knew was possible. The beauty of change. So what is the beauty of change? How can something that can be so uncomfortable, so challenging, and so uncertain be beautiful? For me, the beauty of change lies in its ability to transform and renew us. When we embrace change, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new opportunities, and new growth. Romans 12:2, the King James Version says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." When we begin to see the world in a new light, to appreciate the beauty of uncertainty, and to trust in the goodness of God, we realize that change is not something to be feared, but something to be celebrated. It's a chance to start anew, to rediscover ourselves, and to find new purpose and meaning in life. Here are 3 steps that I want to share with you as I come to a close. Step number 1, change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Change is an inevitable part of life. We can't avoid it and we can't escape it. It's a natural part of growth, development, and progress. However, growth is optional. So we can choose to resist change, to fight it, or to try to stay stuck in our old ways of thinking and being, or we can choose to embrace change, to learn from it, and to grow as a result of it. When we choose to grow, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new opportunities, and new perspectives. We begin to see the world in a new light, and we start to understand that change is not something to be feared, but something to be celebrated. Some key takeaways from this step include recognizing that change is inevitable and that it's a natural part of life, understanding that growth is optional and that we have a choice in how we respond to change, and embracing change is an opportunity for growth, learning, and development. Step number 2, embracing change requires faith, trust, and surrender. Embracing change requires a deep level of faith, trust, and surrender. It requires us to let go of our need for control, our fear of the unknown, and our attachment to old ways of thinking and being. When we have faith, we trust that everything will work out for our good, even if we can't see how. We trust that God has a plan for our lives and that He is guiding us every step of the way. Here are some key takeaways from this step. Recognizing the importance of faith, trust, and surrendering in embracing change. Understanding that faith is not about having all the answers, but understanding and trusting God's goodness and sovereignty in our lives. Number 3, the beauty of change lies in its ability to transform and renew us. The beauty of change lies in its ability to transform and renew us. When we embrace change, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new opportunities, and new perspectives. We begin to see the world in a new light. We start to understand that change is not something that we have to back away from. It's not something that we have to say, I'm so afraid that I'll never be able to start another job. I'll never be able to write that book. I'll never be able to build that business. I'll never be able to do the things that I want to do. But when we embrace the beauty of change, change has the power to transform us. Change has the power to renew us. Change has the power to make us new again, to make us believe again, to make us to believe in ourselves again. It's that opportunity for us to start fresh, for us to begin anew and to create a new life for ourselves. Change is good. The beauty of change lies in what we believe in ourselves, what we hope for, what we want out of our own lives, what we want to see. You're never too old to make a change. You're never too old to write that book. You're never too old to start that business. You're never too old to begin again. You're never too old to be able to do some of the things that you would like to do. After you've raised your family, after you've helped everyone else out, after you've helped everyone else build their business, after you've helped everyone else write their book, how about you tell your story? How about you make that change? The beauty of change is changing yourself. The beauty of change is the 3 keys for this step. Recognizing the transformative power of change. Change has power. Understanding that change is an opportunity for renewal. Change is an opportunity for rebirth. embracing change as a way of creating a new life and starting afresh. Embracing change and starting afresh. Here is my affirmation for you. Repeat after me. I welcome change and renewal, embracing the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to evolve. I release the old and make space for the new, trusting that transformation brings beauty out of a growing and healthy mindset. Listen, change will bring beauty out of a healthy, growing mindset. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to make the next step. Don't be afraid. There is a renewed purpose that lies within each and every one of us. And the beauty of change is being able to transform the thoughts that we're thinking to be able to take us to that new level, that next level, that new growth in life. My name is Allison G. Daniels. I am a coach, publisher, and pastor. Again, I am the CEO and founder of AGD Publishing and Coaching Services, and I am the creator of the 30-day Write to Finish book writing program, helping to turn writers into successful published authors, one book at a time. You have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day on purpose. Why? Because you deserve it. Peace. Thank you.
Nadia Francois is a lifestyle entrepreneur with a heart for people. Business strategist, author, media maven, and a hairstylist by trade, Nadia holds current licenses in cosmetology and barbering, a BS in business administration, and several certifications. The Louisiana native began her entrepreneurial journey at the age of 19 and has used her experiences and knowledge to help other business owners start and grow their ventures for over 20 years. In 2020, Nadia became the CEO of What's Your Superpower TV and Anthology, and later added to her digital empire with Power Conversations magazine and podcast. Nadia is a publisher, contributing author, and visionary author of several international best-selling titles, and has received several awards for her literary and entrepreneurial contributions. She hosts several development events for authors, including the annual Author Boss Book Festival and the YSP Summit. Nadia has influenced thousands of women through her interviews and has graced several global speaking platforms. She has collaborated with top performers in her industry and has launched her signature coaching program, Boss Up Your Business Coaching, where she assists the busy entrepreneur in streamlining their processes and procedures through organization, time management, and automation, which ultimately result in more flexibility and increased profits. This goal-getter contributes her success to grace and mercy. Her number one assignment is being the mother and sole provider for her 4 sons, the driving force behind her persistent hustle and diligent pursuit of greatness.
Hi, I'm Nadia Francois, author, publisher, and business strategist. Today we're going to talk about your book, your brand. This session is focused on using your book as a powerful marketing tool. Today, we'll discuss how your book can serve as a gateway to not only boost sales, but also solidify your presence in a competitive marketplace. By the end of this session, you'll have practical steps to align your book with your brand, engage audiences authentically, and create lasting impact. Your book is a powerful extension of your personal brand and expertise. Think of it as a business card that speaks for your values and mission. By aligning its message with your brand identity, you position yourself as a credible thought leader. Marketing strategies like hosting events or leveraging social media allow you to engage audiences authentically And additionally, monetization opportunities like offering services or creating complementary products expand your revenue streams while deepening your impact. In today's digital world, maximizing your book's online presence is essential. A well-crafted Amazon author page, coupled with SEO-friendly descriptions, can significantly improve visibility. Building an email list by offering free resources like chapters or checklists help maintain a direct connection with your audience. Launch campaigns are another vital aspect. Pre-orders, targeted advertisements, and promotional events create a buzz that drive both sales and engagement. Positioning yourself in a specific niche helps you stand out in a crowded marketplace. By understanding the unique needs of your audience, you can tailor your book to solve their problems effectively. Building partnerships with bookstores, libraries, and organizations increases visibility, while events like book fairs and literary festivals provide platforms to directly engage with readers and other professionals. A strong personal brand ensures that your readers recognize you not just as an author, but as a thought leader in your domain. This begins with cohesive branding, professional photos, a polished website, and consistent social media profiles. Authentic engagement with your readers through responses to their comments and reviews strengthens trust. Becoming a thought leader by contributing articles, joining podcasts, or hosting webinars further cement your position as an authority in your field. So now let's talk about a detailed action plan. This is a week-by-week guide to amplify your book's reach. Executing a structured action plan is essential to maximize the impact of your book. Begin by optimizing your digital presence in the first week. This sets the stage for engagement. Build awareness over the next 2 weeks with targeted campaigns like giveaways and pre-orders. In months 2 and 3, deepen reader engagement through newsletters and personalized communication. Maintaining momentum with regular content updates ensures long-term success. Equipping yourself with the right tools and resources is key to amplifying your book's success. Canva enables you to design visually appealing promotional graphics, while platforms like MailChimp streamline your email campaigns. Engagement forums like Goodreads help you connect with avid readers, and Eventbrite is ideal for organizing and promoting book-related events. Finally, your online courses from HubSpot, Skillshare, and Udemy can help you upscale in marketing and brand building. Some key takeaways as we wrap up. Remember that your book is not just a product. It's a powerful extension of your personal brand. By taking consistent strategic steps to promote it, you can boost sales and solidify your presence in the marketplace. Most importantly, your story holds the power to inspire and connect with others in profound ways. Use it to create meaningful impact and lasting relationships with your audience. I want to thank you for joining me tonight and tuning in for this amazing summit. If at any point you find yourself needing help publishing your book, marketing your book, or starting your book, reach out to me at www.meetwitheris.com. Thank you.
Welcome to the What's Your Superpower Virtual Summit, a transformative experience for authors and speakers to unlock and embrace their unique God-given superpowers. We have now come to the Author Showcase, curated by best-selling author and publisher Nadia Francois. This showcase features authors from all over the U.S. who are making a lasting impact on their legacies and their communities. Please support our authors by scanning their QR code to purchase your book copies. Success Strategies to Boss Up Your Business by Nadia Francois. Success Strategies to Boss Up Your Business is a testament of the personal journey of lifestyle entrepreneur Nadia Francois. In this book, she dives deep into her personal transformation from a broke novice to a paid boss. Success is defined differently for many, but for Nadia, success is the act of setting a goal and achieving it. Nadia's journey as an entrepreneur and single parent is both inspiring and powerful. She exposes herself as a work in progress, recognizing that through her adversity and overcoming, God's promises are still working in her life. Filled with encouraging testimony, scriptures, and strategies, this book will motivate its reader to boss up in life and in business. ABCs Around the House by Devanus Lashan. Learning the alphabet is fun with Lexi and her family. Through her journey, Lexi helps children enjoy alphabetic education. Each letter is featured with brilliant, colorful items children easily recognize with excitement.
Hello everyone, my name is Devanus Lashan. I am a 2-time children's book author and I'm an educator. A little bit about me. Like I said, I'm an educator. I teach the Head Start as a lead teacher in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm married. I have 3 children and 3 beautiful grandchildren and a dog. My first book, ABCs Around the House, I was inspired to write this book by my daughter. She wanted me to write a book about her younger self and like some things that she would do at a young age. So that's how I came up with the character Lexi. And the book, ABCs Around the House, is about the little girl named Lexi finding all the letters of the alphabet around her house. And this is a great book for children just starting out learning the letters of the alphabet, because it shows them the letters and different things around the house that start with the letters. And also, to follow up to my ABC book, I have my ABC activity book, and it's just the different letters of all the alphabet with like different things to do, like coloring, tracing, matching. It's just good for younger children to just get into that, starting off getting into that habit of learning the ABCs and how to draw them. And the way that you can purchase my books are Amazon, Barnes & Noble. You can also go to my website. My website is devenuslashawn.com. It's spelled DEVENUSLASHAWN.com. On my website, it tells you a little bit more about me. It tells you about how you can purchase my book and just a lot of things I have coming up next. And also, if anybody would like to send me an email with any questions, my email address is funlearningwithlexi@gmail.com. That's funlearningwithlexi@gmail.com. Thank you.
Queen Esther's Royal Decode by Dr. Enola Pillard. Through a series of captivating life lessons, this book dives deeper into Queen Esther's journey, uncovering the timeless wisdom that can be applied to our modern lives. Within the pages of this anthology, readers will discover the significance of Queen Esther's story, which extends beyond a mere historical account. Her narrative serves as a guiding light, inspiring and empowering individuals across generations.
Eris International Publishing is now accepting new clients for our self-publishing services for solo book projects, anthology projects, and magazines. Make your publishing dreams a reality with Eris International Publishing.
I'm Not Perfect, I'm Purposed by Dr. Lloyd Benson Jr. This book is all about embracing who you are, flaws and all, and recognizing that you have a unique purpose that only you can fulfill. We live in a world that constantly tells us we need to be more successful, more beautiful, more accomplished, more everything. But the truth is, you already have everything you need to live a life of purpose. It's not about striving for perfection. It's about tapping into the greatness that's already within you. Shattered Hearts, Wounded Souls by Ricky Davis Robinson. Shattered Hearts and Wounded Souls, Our Stories of Survival and Triumph, is a compelling anthology that brings together the powerful and heartfelt stories of women who have endured various forms of abuse, including sexual, mental, physical, emotional, and psychological abuse. These women have faced the harrowing dangers of domestic violence, with some experiencing abuse that began in their childhood. A Mother's Journey Through Her Daughter's Eyes by Vanessa J. Ross. Vanessa J. Ross is a very inspirational and encouraging writer who loves to inspire people all over the world. I had this vision since 1980 when my daughter was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. At the age of 3 months old, she had stroke. Caring for a medically fragile child is very difficult, and I want to be an encouragement to someone and let them know that there is a God up above who has all power in his hands. I am a God-fearing woman who loves the Lord with all my heart and soul. I enjoy doing the work of the Lord and spreading the gospel. I want to share with all how God has brought me through all my trials and tribulations. My Hurt Taught Me, But My Pain Motivated Me by Dr. Josias Jean-Pierre. This book, titled My Hurt Taught Me, But My Pain Motivated Me, is a narrative about Josias Jean-Pierre. In this powerful and inspiring book, the author shares his journey of turning pain into purpose. Through honest and raw storytelling, he shows how hurt can teach us valuable lessons and how pain can be the driving force behind our growth and success.
Hello, my name is Dr. Josias Jean-Pierre. I am a 7-time author, international award-winning author, national award-winning author, also a motivational speaker, and a national award-winning motivational speaker. I'm an execution coach, and what I do is I empower others so they can be equipped to elevate fully into whom God created them to be, showing them that they were born on purpose and for a purpose and with a purpose. And whatever you go through in your life is because there's someone who's connected to you who needs to hear your story of triumph and how you made it through. I'm an author of 7 books. I have been featured on Sheen Magazine, Yahoo Finance, Los Angeles Wire, This Is 50 with the G Unit brand, CEO Weekly, New York Weekly, and have been seen on platforms with major icons like Ice Cube and Ariana Grande and Lil Nas X. I go down the elevator to show people they're not an accident. The book I'm talking about today is called My Hurt Taught Me, But My Pain Motivated Me. And the reason behind this book, because people see the glory, but they don't know the story. People see the accolades, but they don't know really the process on how I got to where I'm at today. People always say, Josias, I want to do what you do. But are you willing to go through what I had to go through to get to where I'm at today? What you're looking at is a 3 times suicide attempt survivor. Society has told people all the time, especially men of color, you got to fake it till you make it. Fake it until you make it. I was told by people around me, and you amount to anything. And everything that I have endured has turned into purpose. The whole life obstacles I endured up to 31 years of age has turned into impact. And the reason behind this book is because I want other people to know and understand that the hurts you go through in life are teaching lessons, but the pain behind it could be motivation for impact. If you know how it tastes like, don't repeat it. If you know how it tastes like, do not repeat it. And my goal in life is to show others that they are born on purpose, for a purpose, and with a purpose. And my hurt taught me, but my pain motivated me, is to show you people and readers out there that there is still a story behind the pain, and there is impact behind the pain, and there is lessons behind the pain. So before you ask yourself, why me? Start asking yourself, why not you? To purchase the book, you can text 360-519-6937. 360-519-6937. You can also follow me on Instagram, Coach with _Josiah. So COACHWITH_JOSIAS. You can also send me an email, Josias, JOSIAS, Jean-Pierre, JEANPIERRE @gmail.com. Once again, you can text 360-519-6937.
Black History Facts You Didn't Earn in School by Yeshilia Yisrael. Black History Facts You Didn't Learn in School is a historical guide on Black Americans' accomplishments, contributions, and struggles. It includes the experiences of Black individuals who have often been marginalized, overlooked, or omitted from mainstream historical accounts. Faith Vibes by Celeste Payne. Embark on a transformative 21-day journey with Faith Vibes, Volume 1, Deepening Your Prayer Life, a devotional designed to enrich your spiritual connection and elevate your prayer practice. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, finding moments for reflection can be challenging. This volume serves as your personal retreat, guiding you through daily reflections, scripture, and journaling prompts to explore the profound impact of prayer. Black Diamond Chronicles by Dr. Iris Wright. Black Diamond Chronicles is a compelling anthology that tells the stories of individuals who have faced immense adversity and emerged stronger, like rare black diamonds formed under pressure. Each narrative highlights the resilience of the human spirit, showcasing its ability to heal, grow, and transform through hardship. These stories inspire with their message of courage, strength, and triumph over life's challenges. What's Your Superpower Anthology Volume 2 by Teresa Neely. What's Your Superpower Anthology Volume 2 is a testament to the power of women, their resilience, their courage, and their unwavering faith in the face of adversity. It is a celebration of the human spirit, a reminder that no challenge is too great, no obstacle too daunting for those who dare to believe in the power of their inner strength. So, join us as we journey through the triumphs and tribulations of women who have dared to defy the odds and discover their true superpower, the power to overcome. I Love Lollipops by Denise Tharp. Dive into a sweet adventure with I Love Lollipops, an educational journey through the whimsical world of lollipops. Authored by Denise W. Tharp, this vibrant children's book introduces young readers to an array of colors and shapes, making learning interactive and fun. Each page bursts with cheerful illustrations and engaging activities that not only teach about the different types of lollipops, but also encourage kids to stay engaged and curious. This book holds a tender dedication to the author's late sister, Monica Meiji Faber, whose spirit of boldness and encouragement shines through its pages. Unmuted by Tondra Williams. Instructed by God, the Destiny Midwife gathered testimonies from uncommon women to unmute nations through the words of their testimonies. Each testimony will move you to tears and inspire hope, showing that you too can find healing through your testimony and in turn help others by sharing your own. It's time to come out with your hands up and be unmuted everywhere.
Thank you for joining us for the What's Your Superpower Summit. Make sure that you stay in touch with us by following all of our social media at WYSP TV. Also, take a moment to follow our speakers and our authors and make sure that you stay tuned for our next upcoming summit.
Thank you for joining us for the What's Your Superpower Virtual Summit. Follow us on YouTube and social media.